so this is my presentation for Project 2. I chose an anime. Also, if you see me looking at my iPad, I'm looking at the questions. I did not choose one of the animes that was listed. I know that's okay. I picked an anime called Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. I know it sounds weird. I promise it's not super crazy. It's about two main characters. Well, there's three, but the two I'll be talking about today. There's Yashiro and there's Hanako. And Yashiro is a young girl. She's very insecure, I would say. She's kind of one of those girls, she doesn't really feel like she fits in. She just wants a guy to like her. Hanako is like the bathroom ghost. He's kind of like, he's supposed to be like a genie. That's what he's rumored to be like. Like, he will grant your wish if you ask. But he doesn't actually do that. He's kind of very different. But he is one of the 7 wonders of the schools. Or of the school, which is how he's described. So basically, Yashiro has a wish. She wants this guy named Minamoto to like her. And so she goes to Hanako, and Hanako's like, hey, I can't actually grant you wishes. And she does a lot of foolish things that ends up leading her to be his, like, assistant, kind of. And she helps him a lot, like, defeat all the, like, evil spirits and evil 7 wonders. So Hanako, like I said, he's a ghost. He commits suicide. This isn't found out until later in the anime, but it is widely assumed that his twin brother sexually assaulted him, and he kills his brother in an act of self-defense. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I am just trying to give you the facts. And afterwards, his brother is named Tsukasa. Tsukasa is very evil. Like I said, Tsukasa sexually assaults him. You can see in the anime how widely uncomfortable Hanako is around him. Tsukasa is like a bad guy. He manipulates people to be on his side. He tries to manipulate Yashiro. He like literally abducts her at one point. And you can just see, sorry. This is water, by the way. I promise it's not an alcoholic beverage. You can see how kind of like haunted he is by his brother. There's a lot more in the manga about it. I haven't read the whole manga. I just know that is what happens. Like, Tsukasa is a bad person. So how the act is carried out, we know that Tsukasa is like, Hanako kills him after he's sexually assaulted. Hanako, it's also assumed that he was abused at home or something, or like the sexual assault wasn't just one time with Tsukasa. Like, it's assumed it was like a period of time because there's like a series of events because there's a flashback. And you can just see Hanako, he is very troubled, very reserved individual. I'm not saying that automatically means you were assaulted. I'm just saying that it kind of gives us context for Hanako. So he was just very depressed, very driven to do this because he was tired of the way that his brother was treating him. Again, I'm not saying whether this is right or wrong. Also, they're twins. I don't know if I mentioned that. Hanako stabs himself in the stomach. Hanako stabs himself in the stomach to kill himself, and that is how he becomes a ghost. And how he becomes one of the 7 wonders of the school. I would say that it's kind of iffy on whether this reflects the Bushido values, honor, loyalty, atonement, or duty. I feel like it kind of was Hanako's duty in a way. He felt very guilty about killing his brother, and just he was going through a lot of pain and suffering. So it was kind of like a martyr for him to kill himself, in my opinion. Again, whether what he did to his brother and himself is honorable or loyal is really in the eye of the beholder. You can kind of discern what you want about that based on the anime. Hold on. I'm so sorry. One moment. Last question. I don't know how to pronounce this word. I don't know if I'm just stupid. Seppuku, no, what Hanako did is not an example of that. He was not disemboweled. He was not decapitated. He killed himself just by a gut, no pun intended, to his stomach. Trying to see if there are any more questions. Yeah, I haven't read the whole manga, but you do find a lot out about why Hanako did what he did. His story is really sad. Again, I'm not saying him killing his brother is right or wrong, but definitely a really, really horrible thing for him to go through, his own twin brother sexually assaulting him. So that's my presentation. I hope that was okay. So thank you for watching. Bye.